Alright guys, welcome back to another draft analysis. I'm Ace and right now I'm into game 3 of Team Liquid versus VG Gaming. I'm a bit late into this draft. I'll just rush through the early parts of the draft and hopefully can catch up with it. Okay, so before I go into this, I just want to mention the last game. I think the draft was really even, as I mentioned in my draft analysis. If you haven't watched it yet, you can check it out in my playlist, or at the end of the video there'll be a link to send you back to that draft analysis. Just want to say that although it looked like VG Gaming came out very strong, they had no answer for CK. Liquid still had a very strong tri-core and they could have just put apart VG Gaming very easily, but VG played very well and they just understand their strengths of their draft, which is why they were able to come out on top in the end. Okay, let's go into this draft right now. Okay, so first phase bans were pretty straightforward from both teams. VG had the first pick. They go for Rubik again to deny it away from Liquid. Liquid respond with A8 Night Stalker, and VG go for back for their Clockwork on Fenrir. Okay, so Lanham, Rubik and Fenrir Clockwork is their game 1 support duo, which they played extremely well. But in game 1 I felt that Liquid was like still playing around with their drafts and stuff with the Elder Titan, Shadow Fiend. So I felt like although it looked very strong for VG Gaming in game 1, this starting duo might not be as strong here. Liquid seems to have a more standard draft right now with the AA Night Stalker. Even in game 2 they were trying out the CM. So even at the point it felt a bit like KuroKy was just trying to try out things. That being said, now is the final game. They are one game from elimination, from losing the grand finals. So yeah, I think we'll see something more standard here. AA Night Stalker by Liquid and Clockwork by VG Gaming as mentioned. Clockwork is very strong against a hero like AA. If you cox him in, he can't really do much. And Fenrir played exceptionally well on this Clockwork in game 1. I mentioned it time and time again. I think he's gonna do well again this time. Okay, so VG Gaming banned away Nature's Prophet and Lifestealer. The Nature's Prophet was a big problem for Liquid, for VG Gaming in game 2. Mind Control played really well with that hero. He was split pushing. He even forced like I think the one set of Rex really early just because of his plays as well. And Liquid, they banned away Magnus as well as CK. CK was the hero that VG pretty much crushed Liquid with in game 2, and the Magnus is just a targeted ban towards 11. So Liquid respond with this Doom offlane for Mind Control, and it's just a very strong offlaner hero, able to help zone and with a very team fight orientated kind of hero where you can take away one of your enemy's hero right at the start of the fight. VG Gaming, they respond with the Wraith King, and this Wraith King is a direct response to the Doom pick, because when you're playing up against Doom, Wraith King is a hero that he's fine getting Doom. You can Doom one life, he'll just come back the second life again, and even when he's doomed his first life, he can still contribute a lot with his right clicks. So Wraith King is one of the better carries against Doom, and with the changes to his skills, he now can summon skeletons and stuff. It helps him in his farming, helps in his pushing. So yeah, it's a stronger hero all around right now. Liquid respond with the Lycan for Matumberman. It's a very old school classic hero for Matum, and we haven't seen this hero for a very long time though. So yeah, again, Liquid, maybe they're still trying out, maybe they just feel it's a very strong pick here against Wraith King. You can go Necro Book and try to burn all his mana. They can just, in general, they are quite strong in pushing with Doom eating a Aura Creep and Lycan's Howl as well. So in general, they're just quite a strong, probably strong team fighting and strong pushing lineup right now. The only thing Liquid, as in Lycan, always has a problem against Bloodseeker. So that being said, VG already have 2 of their main core, so it's very unlikely they'll go for this Bloodseeker though. VG Gaming, they choose to go for the Death Prophet over the Bloodseeker. I think it's more of a comfort pick over a counter hero pick, because if they pick Bloodseeker here, it definitely counters the lineup of Lycan, but it kind of does well against Bloodseeker because of his Ice Blast, and then you have Doom as well. So all in all, I think they still feel the Death Prophet is a safer pick and decide to go for it. And being left with 11-0, they decide to target ban the Tide Hunter here. 11 played a very good Tide Hunter in game 1, or was it game 2? And maybe one of the games he played earlier, he played on the Side Hunter, and he played extremely well on it. He was shut down in lane, but he still came back with farm and everything. And for Liquid, they decided to ban the Brute Mother. For VG Gaming, they decided to ban the Brute Mother, which is interesting because Matumberman is the hero that plays both the Brute Mother and the Lycan. Maybe they're just afraid from like some cheesy switch up from Liquid and decided to just remove it. They don't have the best lineup to deal with a Brute Mother. Death Prophet is fine, but Wraith King sucks against Brute Mother. So yeah, just a safer option to remove it. Okay, so right now, Liquid lacking Miracle Hero and VG lacking 11th Hero. VG have good initiation with Wraith King's Blink and Clockwork Stun, but as I mentioned, with a Death Prophet, you always want something to start a fight. They do have that thing, but I think they can either go for Omni Knight for 11 just to buff up this Death Prophet, or they can go for more control orientated offlaner. So they go for the Bat Rider. They choose the control department to hold on. Sorry about that. So they decide to go for the Bat Rider in terms of having a sort of an additional initiation for their lineup, and it's very strong when paired with like a Death Prophet and a Wraith King. Wraith King can crit the target down. Death Prophet, like you want the fight to be a guaranteed. You want your opponent to guarantee take the fight every time you pop your ultimate. You don't want them to just run away. I mentioned it once or twice, especially with Lycan and Doom, Night Stalker. These are heroes that are very strong at disengaging. But if you can force your opponent to fight you with a Bat Rider's initiation, then yeah, it's much stronger that way. And Liquid, they respond with the Slug. So Slug is a very strong laner against Bat Rider first. He can Dark Pack away Napalm stacks, and it's one of the most old school carry counters to Bat Rider in the lane. The other counters are probably Lifestealer or Weaver, but those heroes are not very good against Wraith King. Slug, on the other hand, he can Dark Pack away a lot of VG's Gaming's stuns. The Wraith King stun you can definitely react. Rubik Leaf is instant, but I think with a player, Miracle is such a good player, he definitely can react as well. And against a hero like Wraith King who stays very long in a fight, you are able to get a lot of agility stacks from him. So if let's say you're just trading right clicks with Wraith King and then you pop your ultimate, Wraith King doesn't want to go anywhere, he will just be standing there and fighting. So at this point, as a Slug, you're going to steal a lot of agility, and that's exactly what you want to happen in the team fight. One of his concerns is going to be Ori's Death Prophet, the silence. He have to either react with Dark Pack or get a BKB sometime in the mid game. This is a much more stable draft from Liquid, I would say. Their draft in game 2 was actually fine. It just VG just played extremely well. And here VG have a very comfortable draft yet again. They have an initiating hero for 11. They have the Rubik Clockwork, which they proved that they are very comfortable with this dual support in game 1. And then they have this Death Prophet, which is also their comfort pick. Yet again, I'm going to say it's an even draft, but I'm going to go with Liquid this game round. I don't think Liquid will allow themselves to get 3-0 by VG. And yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Things not looking good for Liquid here, with the first blood on Kuroki straight away. Actually, we see this more and more where teams like to go for a smoke just to get an initial first blood. We've seen that a lot of times already. A lot of teams will try to fight at level 1 to secure themselves the first blood advantage. One thing I'm worried for Liquid right now is they don't really have a fight starter, you see. Both their supports and offlaners are Night Stalker A and Doom. They are not the kind of heroes that are going to start fight. You're going to rely on a Slug to start fight for you. You're going to rely on a Slug to pounce in for you. And that's never a good sign, you see. Actually, just based on that fact alone, I feel that VG can easily outplay Liquid here. Just based on the lack of initiation again from Liquid. That was their weakness in game 1, and is their weakness here again in game 3. On the other hand, VG, they have so much initiation potential. Clockwork can go in, Bat Rider can go in, Wraith King can go in, even Rubik. So it's like, I'm going to have to change my mind and go back to slightly favor VG, just on draft alone. Just hopefully Liquid can out execute VG here and forced to a game 4, hopefully. Okay, yeah, so in summary, slightly favor VG here, and thanks for watching, guys.